Hello, homies. Welcome back. We're gonna check out MSA again. And we are going to look at a video that I think is important to watch because most of us, including myself, will never be able to relate to this in our lives. I am the tallest girl dating the tallest boy. We're giants. Well, first of all, I can't ever relate to it because it's a girl. So there's that. But the tall part, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I looked through a lot of titles and thumbnails from MSA to see which one we would look at today, because it's been a little while, there's been a lot of videos, and I settled on this one. I think this will be a lot of fun. So homies, y'all know what it is. Let's get into it. RobertIDK MSA theme song.
Animations, it kinda feels like I'm on vacation when I see a vid from MSA about a girl who's gone completely insane. But we'll still laugh and scream and cry and be glad that we don't have their lives. So come along, enjoy the ride, and let's watch some MSA tonight.
I'm the tallest girl dating the tallest boy in the highest room of the tallest tower.
Okay, Lord Farquaad. Oh yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and this is my story.
Hi, Kayla.
Please like and subscribe.
Oh, okay. I know your gig. All right, here we go. Guys, what are we doing? This is your opportunity too. I'm already subbed. Y'all know it. We booped the like button. Real quick, I gotta ask y'all to do the same. Real quick. Just giving you a chance right now. Okay, good. Thank you. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. My dad used to be a basketball player for the national team, but he had to quit after a serious
Looks like no basketball player I've ever seen in my life. There's never been an NBA player that looked anything like that.
But he had to quit after a serious sports injury and a permanent limp.
Aw.
But he didn't give up his passion and became a basketball coach. He was my inspiration to always work hard.
Always remember, Kayla, the harder you work, the higher you go.
I was a
Sweet.
very tall kid from the start, and while everyone around me thought I was a little weird, I loved and embraced my height.
Oh, so that was play on words. That was foreshadowing. The dad said the higher, what did he say? The higher you reach, the higher you'll go?
The harder you work, the higher you go.
Okay, the harder work, higher you go. Yeah, she's going up all right. If this title has taught me anything, Dad.
Hey, how's the weather up there? The weather's
Scum.
great. The view, not so much. When I turned 10, I got into basketball just like him, and I loved it. I worked really hard,
Sweet.
and by the time I was 16, I was the best player in town, and
Whoa,
also won a sports
show-stopping.
scholarship to a great school, which was in Dad's old hometown.
Okay, did that contract, did that have all words on it? Did they write an actual contract? MSA Drive? City State? Oh, bro. Dear Mr. Kayla? This looks like it says Mr. Kayla. It is my pleasure and love to recommend you for the scholarship. They actually wrote a whole letter. Good job, MSA. Good job.
On my first day in my new high school, everyone stared at me, but this one girl, Heidi, was the weirdest. She was the mayor's kid and a total brat. And even worse, she was on the girls' basketball team
Ooh,
too.
here we
During
go.
the first day of practice, the coach introduced me to the team.
Kayla's one of the best players in town, and we're lucky to have her on the team.
As if I can take that giant down in one shot.
What does that mean? A fight? You can't take someone down in basketball in one shot. That's like something you say if the sport you're talking about is fighting. There's no sport where you win in one shot. Whatever that means.
I can take that giant down in one shot. Excuse me? Did you say anything? I was just saying that being tall doesn't make you the best player. I have the skills to beat you. Really? I'd love to see you try.
Oh,
Heidi and
talking
I
that
had a
smack.
one-on-one
Oh, let's
match,
go.
and I totally owned her.
Oh,
the coach was
no.
super impressed and asked me to take over as the team captain. I was over the moon.
Another high up reference, Kayla. Can we chill? Heidi. We've got our villain people, Heidi. Heidi doesn't like her height. She's a bit Heidi with the hide. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Wow, that was impressive. I looked behind to see a cute guy towering over me. For the first time ever, I'd seen a boy taller than me.
He's like a foot taller than you. Is he like 8 feet tall?
I've never seen Heidi get this angry. You did a fab job. I'm Jay, by the way.
I'm Jay.
Jay was in my class and the captain
And I
of the
am
boys'
as high as a
basketball team.
Jay
Not to
flies, a
mention
blue jay.
the hottest guy around. After that day, Jay and I started hanging out a lot and even trained together in school. By the time we were in our senior year, Jay was my best friend and we were always together.
Did you just skip like 3 years?
By the time we were in our senior year,
Did you just skip like 3 years? So nothing interesting happened? Nothing interesting happened in those 3 years? Oh, okay.
things were great. And when I broke the record for highest baskets in a season, Jay was the first one to cheer for me.
Best
Wow,
player ever.
look at you. You had a great season.
Well, thank you. It wouldn't have been so good if it wasn't for your grueling training.
Well, you're welcome. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
As we were talking, I opened my locker and was bombarded with glitter shots. My
Oh,
clothes,
no, Heidi.
face, books, and even Jay's clothes were covered in pink
jeez.
sparkles.
Wow, looks like you have a secret admirer.
More like a hater. We both know who this is. Oh my God. Just when I thought you couldn't look any worse, you show up in a full face of glitter.
You don't think I look good, Heidi? You probably were catching the reflection wrong on my face from this trophy that you don't have. Hey, Heidi? You see this record I hold? Yeah, I think the light was shining on my face weird. Sorry about that, Heidi. That's why you put the glitter, so you could see my award better. Okay.
Just when I thought you couldn't look any worse, you show up in a full face of glitter. Is that a new makeup trend?
Cringe.
For losers? I wouldn't know since I just had the perfect season. How was yours? Scored any baskets? Cheeky are we? But hey, look, you've ruined Jay's clothes too. Just like you're ruining his reputation by hanging out with him. Why don't we ask him?
Don't look at me. I just want to get changed. I am terribly late for class.
As Jay left, Heidi stared at me with death in her eyes. What is your problem? You've been after me since the day I came here. I want you to pay for what your dad did to my dad.
Dad did to the dad. What does the dad do? What did the dad do at the beginning of the dory?
Where does he work? What the rusty web?
Oh yeah,
Give up
he
his
was a
passion
b-ball
and became a
player,
basketball coach.
and he became
He
a
was my
coach.
inspiration.
What did he do to the dad? Did he dunk on Heidi's dad so hard that he was paralyzed? Did his injury come from that same game where he dunked on Heidi's dad so hard that he never spoke again?
What? What did he do? And isn't your dad like the mayor?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he is. But your dad made him miserable in school.
no.
He was a bully, and I'm gonna take his revenge on you. Someone's gotta pay. I think you're confusing my dad with someone else, weirdo. I walked off
Weirdo.
quickly. This girl was crazy and just making things up.
So there's definitely some just bitterness for no reason, but how do you know that your dad wasn't actually a bad person? It's possible. It's possible.
My guess was that she hated me, mostly because I was close
You're
to
the
Jay
same
and she
number?
had the biggest crush on him, which she didn't hide. A few days later, while I was in the locker room changing, I heard Jay screaming my name. What's wrong? Why do you look like someone stole your Air Jordans?
It's not funny, Kayla. Do you really mean it?
How am
Oh,
I
no.
supposed to know? You tell me. Did someone steal your Air Jordans?
Oh no.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this note you left me. And I understand how you feel, but this is all just a bit of a shock to me.
I was so confused until I took the note from Jay's hand and saw that it was a love confession from me. And I didn't even write it. I had a feeling Heidi had something to do with this.
Something to do with this. No, she did it. I had a feeling Heidi in some way may have been involved in that note being written, but I don't know what role she could have played in that. I feel like I just had this feeling like she had something. She wrote it. She did the note. She didn't have something to do with it. She did it.
But before I could say anything, I saw her walking out of the
Before
gym.
you could say
so I
anything,
just
say something
grabbed
now.
Jay by the collar and kissed him.
Wow, that was...
Weird,
Epic.
I know, but just play along. Heidi's watching us. I'm sure she's the one who sent you the note.
This is nonsense.
Look at the handwriting carefully. It looks like a first grader wrote that. I've seen her assignments, and trust me, she writes exactly like that.
Okay, so what's the advantage of making out with him in the gym in front of Heidi? Why is that a win all of a sudden? Like, to prove her note right? Like, I don't understand.
She writes exactly like that.
It's so
Besides,
cringe.
do you really think I'd write such creepy, cheesy stuff?
Yeah, but why would she do that?
She likes you. Isn't it super obvious? And maybe she thought this note would make you freak out. But the joke's on her. I'm sure her butt's on fire.
So you don't like me? And this note is just
Oh
a
my
stupid prank?
gosh.
Of course. What did you think?
Yeah, of course. I was sure it was a joke, too.
Oh,
Just
no,
then, the
he likes
craziest idea
Kayla.
struck me. We could totally pretend to like each other to piss Heidi off. So for the next few weeks,
What
every
on
time Heidi
earth?
was around Jay and me, I would hug him or loop my arms in his and pretend to be lost in love. Oh, Jay.
Wait, so
your
you
eyes-
aren't, but you're totally digging Jay. What are you talking about? Maybe she doesn't like the dudes.
Break out the L word.
Lesbian?
The other L word.
Lesbians?
It's entirely possible, because this guy's been like your best homie for 3 years, and he's like the tall, dreamy basketball star.
Toilet store?
Kayla, you are not trying to tell me that this idea has not crossed your mind in the 3 years you've been homies. We know where this is going. I'm not gonna do a prediction just yet because this is very unpredictable so far, but I'm gonna get my predictions ready.
Oh, Jay.
Actually, no, I'm being dumb. It's gonna become not a joke anymore, and they're gonna like each other, and it's gonna end with them actually. And they're like, do you wanna actually like each other now? That's how it's gonna end.
Oh, Jay. Your eyes remind me of basketballs. Ew. How about this? Kayla, every time I see you, I feel
It's a
everything's
slam dunk.
perfect. And I can stare at you all day, deep in those perfect brown eyes. He was just being lame, but somehow it made my heart skip a beat. How was that? Enough to convince her? Now, if we're done, let's go to class.
Yeah, let's end this dribble and get to class, or home court, should I say. Let's net us a couple of A+, Kayla.
Yeah, totally. This continued for days, and I could tell that watching me and Jay together as a couple was burning Heidi to a crisp. She was so distracted by everything that her game was at an all-time low. And even the
Yikes.
coach decided to bench her for the upcoming championship. Don't you think we've gone too far? We should just let it go now. But the fun's just begun. She's always been mean to me. Have you forgotten the days when she ruined my new shoes? Dad got them for me after saving for months. And what about the time she burned my jersey?
Burned
and the
your
coach screamed at me. She deserves
These are
it.
like
But
crimes.
pulling a prank on her only makes you more like her. Think about that.
Ooh. This is actually a harm. How is this a prank on her, though? How is this a prank? Because literally, they could just actually be together. And then, yeah, she's gonna deal with those emotions, how she deals with them. Like, this is kind of a victimless prank here. This guy can just say, hey, Heidi, sorry, I'm not interested. And that's that. And she just has to deal with it. Possibly the weirdest runaround prank I've ever seen.
But pulling a prank on her only makes you more like her. Think about that. Jeez, relax. You don't have to go all Buddha on me. Besides, it's only for a few weeks. She can stay distracted, and I'll perfect my game for the championship. Only the
what's
best
gonna go
player
wrong
will
before
get
the
to go to a
championship?
college with the prestigious Stanford scholarship.
What's gonna go
so that's
wrong?
what this is really about? You want the scholarship? That's not what I meant, Jay. Yes, of course I want the scholarship because I'm not as rich. But you know what? I get it. You're right. It was me who got mixed signals. Mixed signals? What did he mean? I wanted to ask him, but
Yeah,
before I
Kayla.
could, he flung his bag and walked off.
Kayla, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh? Either she just isn't into guys and she hasn't realized it yet, or she's just like, how is she not understanding? But she said, like, she got some butterflies from some of the things she said. Like, Kayla, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
When I tried calling him that evening, he totally avoided my call and didn't show up to school the next day.
Oh,
or for a
jeez.
whole week after that.
A whole
I left him a text,
week?
and all he said was that he was down with a bug. I was sitting in the cafeteria
that's
one
a little
day
aggressive.
watching my favorite MSA videos when suddenly Heidi plopped her butt next to me. Trouble in paradise? Where's your boyfriend?
Oh, did she do something? No, she didn't. Nah, did she poison his food? No. Okay. This one's got me guessing. MSA, I gotta give it to you. You got me guessing.
Trouble in paradise? Where's your boyfriend? Who? Oh, Jay. He's not well. Oh, but I saw him at the party last night,
no.
and he looked fine to me.
Cap.
Did he finally realize you're too trashy for him? Or maybe he finally got tired of looking at your dumb face every day. Who knows? I got up and left, but I felt bad about Jay lying to me. He said he wasn't well.
That is
Then
sad.
why was he at a party? Or maybe Heidi was just lying to get under my skin. I had to
Entirely
confirm
possible.
it. So I went to his place to check on him, but security told me he wasn't around. And the next day when Jay showed up, he totally blew me off. Hey, where have you been? And why aren't you answering my calls? Because I didn't feel like it. Now, can you move? I'm trying to get some practice. The championship is coming soon? Oh, you would know that, since it's so important for you and your precious scholarship. Are you still hung up on that? I said, I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean it like that. Is she bugging you? Is my coochie coo honey bunny getting annoyed?
No way.
Jay continued shooting as I
No
stared
way.
at Heidi in shock and then burst out laughing. I don't know what's funnier, that dumb dress you're wearing or the fact that you just called Jay all sorts of marshmallow names. Oh, I'll tell you. The funny thing is that you're out of the picture and I am Jay's girlfriend. You're what? Oh, please tell me this is just one of your dumb pranks.
One of her dumb pranks. Kayla, you were the one doing the prank last time. Listen, if Jay could really go from Dingus McGee to Dingus Magoo in 1 week, I don't even like this Jay fella. I don't even like him. If Jay can move on that quick, I ain't a Jay fan. I ain't a Jay fan.
Can you both take your crabby fight somewhere else? Some of us are actually serious about
okay,
this
so he doesn't
game.
like either?
But you can't date her. Really? Why not? What's wrong with her? She likes me. I tried to think of a better answer than she's a witch, but just then the coach walked in and asked us to get ready for practice. And then there was never a good time. He was either busy with basketball practice
Or busy with
that
Heidi.
leech Heidi was always around him. It made my blood boil. But with the championship coming up, I had bigger fish to fry. I started practicing day and night till my body was sore, and it really helped me to keep my mind off the whole Jay situation. One day before the championship, I was walking home when I saw Heidi and Jay outside a cafe. You have to stop looking at Kayla like some lost lover boy. You need to look happier being my boyfriend.
Oh,
I'm only with you because I
no!
don't want to mess up Kayla's scholarship. I didn't know I had to look happy about it too. I'm only with you because I don't want to mess up Kayla's scholarship.
With her to not mess up Kayla's scholarship? What? I thought he'd be with her to mess up Kayla's scholarship. What's going on? This is such an intricate web of lies and deception. I don't know what to believe anymore. Who's a good person? I'm so confused.
I'm only with you because I don't want to mess up Kayla's scholarship. I didn't know I had to look happy about it too. Fine. It's not like I'm really into you either. I just want to make
Cat.
Kayla suffer for what her dad did to my dad. And I know she's hating seeing how close we are now. So you better keep up the act. Just remember, all my dad needs to do is place one phone call and no good university will take her in. She can kiss that scholarship goodbye. Whatever. I'm here, right? I wanted to slap the daylights out of Heidi. But just then Dad called and I had to rush back home. And I really needed to ask him what he did to Heidi's dad. Oh, God. That was such a long time ago. Yeah, I went to school with her dad, and we used to bug him a lot. He was always trying too hard to fit in and getting everybody to like him. But he wasn't a nice guy. Maybe I wasn't very nice to him either. But it was decades ago. He's 10 times more successful than me now. Looks like he's still holding on to a grudge, and his stupid daughter is taking it out on me. I couldn't sleep the whole night thinking about the whole situation. Jay was my best friend, and that witch was blackmailing him into dating her because of my scholarship.
At this point, I don't think you can really call Jay your best friend anymore. I think that ship has sailed, Kayla, due to your ignorance. Okay, so she is doing this, allegedly, to mess up Kayla's scholarship, and he's only doing this to not mess up Kayla's scholarship. So is this gonna mess up Kayla's scholarship or not? Did they write the wrong words earlier in this story? That legitimately has me so confused. Am I the only one losing my mind? Like, please leave a comment and let me know if you're as confused as I am right now. Because these videos are usually not very hard to follow, but here we are.
I had to put an end to this. So the next day, I walked straight up to Jay. Kayla, this is the boys' locker room. You need to dump Heidi. I heard you two talking by the cafe last night, and I know she's blackmailing you with my scholarship. But Jay, you don't have to do this for me. And stop blinking like that. You're freaking me out.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I get it. All Heidi has to do is get her dad to make one phone call to ruin Kayla's future. And so they made an agreement. They would do this fake relationship to annoy Kayla, and in return, she would not make the call. I mean, she could have made that call a long time ago if that's the case. But now I finally understand.
I just don't know what to say. Listen, Kayla, this scholarship is important to you. And if I can keep Heidi off your back for a couple of days by doing this, then what's the harm? I don't like it. I can't see you two together. Why? Jay looked into my eyes, and I could feel my body melting at his touch. What was happening? I wanted to say something, but it was like words had fallen out of my brain. Was I falling for my best friend? Just then, his teammates called him and—
Okay. All right, listen, cute. You guys have your moment. Have your moment, you know, express your true feelings, but don't do it in the boys' locker room, Kayla. There's one thing to sneak into the boys' locker room, but if you sneak into the boys' locker room and you're making out with a dude, that's how you lose your scholarship. Literally, that's how you lose your scholarship, Kayla. Forget about any game or any phone call. Doing that in the boys' locker room, that is how you lose your scholarship.
Just then, his teammates called him and Jay left for his match. I waited by the courtside to talk to him later, but as soon as the match was over, Heidi leapt onto him and I couldn't stop myself from pushing her away.
Oh no.
What the heck? How dare you touch me?
Don't cause a scene,
How
guys.
dare you touch him? I know you're just blackmailing him into dating you. So please, why don't you save face and get lost? Jay, you don't have to date her for my scholarship. But don't be stupid, KK, or you'll end up losing everything.
Like your
you
dad
can take away a million chances from me, and I'll still make it because I know I'm talented, unlike you, who always gets everything because of your father's money. Oh, sweetheart, money speaks for itself, and right now, I can hear it saying that you've lost your chance of ever getting into a good college. Heidi stomped her feet and left, but I couldn't care less.
Don't do it,
I was
not
about to
the
confess
phone,
my
Heidi.
feelings for Jay, but before I could, the coach called me for the match. That evening, I played the best match of my life,
Whoa,
and also ended up
crazy
getting the best
animation.
player award.
Okay, so what's gonna happen? She is still getting this scholarship. Here's what's gonna happen. Something is gonna happen. I don't know how, but somehow Heidi is going to try to make this call and something's gonna go wrong. Somehow Kayla is still rightfully going to get her scholarship in the end. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
And also ended up getting the best player award.
Yay.
I had no idea if I'd get the scholarship, but at that moment, all that mattered was that I was happy with Jay by my side. A week after the match, I was waiting by the lockers when Heidi walked up to me. Hey, loser. I told you you'd never win this scholarship. Why do you look shocked? Oh, you didn't see the list yet? No. I'm shocked because you're still talking to me after I royally kicked your butt last week.
Oh.
Yeah. And so what if she didn't get the scholarship? She did get selected for the Nationals. I turned around
And she
to
can
see
get a
Jay
scholarship from
smiling
there,
down at
right?
me. What? I got selected? Yeah. And you'll be the team captain. Coach just told me about it, so I thought you should hear the news from me. This is the best day ever! And you didn't even have to date anyone for this. Ugh, I hate you. I'm gonna tell my— Dad? We know.
Oh no. 95% of the way through the story, and you gave us a cringy Disney moment, MSA.
I'm gonna tell my— Dad? We know.
Come on, man.
You were so close to having no cringy moments. Dad, we know. Am I in the Avengers right now? Come on, you guys.
Heidi left red-faced as Jay turned to me. So, that was dramatic. Not as dramatic as your whole, leave me alone, Kayla. Oh, shut up. You act all smart, but you couldn't even figure out that I like you? You knew? No, but I know that I like you too, and if I have to date someone, why not my best friend? Not that easily. You'll have to take me out in basketball first.
Whoa.
You're on.
Well, that's not happening. That's not happening. He's like a foot taller than you. Could you imagine if they like built that up? Like, I like you too. Yay, I get to date my best friend. Hey, not so fast. You have to beat me in basketball. And then she loses and he's like, okay, nope, sorry, it can't happen. Can't happen. You didn't beat me. That would be the most savage thing. It's like the most savage thing a person can do that isn't illegal. That would be crazy. I think Kayla was the dumbest person. Okay, Heidi was dumb too, but Kayla was dumb. Bro, you could have literally had your happy ever after 3 years ago. They did a whole time skip of like 3 years, and in that time, Kayla never acted on these feelings. But that's okay. It all worked out in the end. Guys, this was a pretty fun one. I enjoyed it. And if you want to keep the train rolling, here is the whole playlist of animated story videos that we have looked at. If there's any of these videos that you haven't seen, check out the playlist and grab some popcorn and enjoy yourself. Or here's a different video that YouTube thinks you will like. You make your choice. I will see you soon. Love y'all. Thank you for watching my stuff. Peace.